Well, it's a great honor to be here, and my name's Mark Glass, Commissioner of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. And it's a privilege to join you today at the inaugural Florida Security Forum, alongside with so many industry leaders, professionals, academia. We just want to say thank you for putting this together, because this right here helps me and our great state to secure our great state. Just by having information sharing, collaboration amongst security and industry makes a big difference for us. This state is bordered by a lot of water. It's one of our biggest borders. And with that, we have the seaports, and the security of our seaports as a big focal point. It's economic engine, and it means everything. Hurricanes, we get to practice that every year. This year we did very well in not having to practice that. But what it's done for us is allowed us to be resilient on how to bounce back and how to come back to get industry back online. And what you're seeing today is just coming together, looking at the security and the great panel speakers they've had here. Under the leadership of Governor Ron DeSantis and his team, his office, has really unleashed a lot of innovation through our great state. It has been one of the best things I've seen and been part of since I've worked for the state of Florida and from the state of Florida. His leadership and his team has put a focus on domestic security. And domestic security is one of the most important things that we have here in the great free state of Florida. And I'm immensely grateful for their support. Now with that, I have the great honor of introducing not only a warrior on the battlefield for our great nation, but a warrior for our great state. Our Lieutenant Governor, Jay Collins, I had the privilege of working when he was in the Senate and seeing his passion for domestic security, his passion for this area that you're in here, his passion for the seaports. I've sat in his office. He's told me what I need to do. He's given me marching orders. I love it. He's a military guy. And I'm going to tell you, he is truly a warrior for this great state. So without further ado, it's my honor to introduce Florida's Lieutenant Governor, Jay Collins.
Well, Mark, thank you for the kind remarks and the introduction. It's always great to be here. Frank, thank you. Thank you for setting this up, and thank you for all that you've done. An incredible leader, and what you're doing here within USF with your focus on security, man, I can't thank you enough for what you're doing in envisioning a future that protects our communities and our state better. Truly, your lifetime of service is incredible. Thank you for all that you do. So it's not lost on me that I have the opportunity to be here as the Lieutenant Governor. For me, I often think about where I came from when I reflect upon moments like this. I grew up in a trailer, adopted, born to a 16-year-old kid. I served in our military. I was shot, blown up, faced things that most people never envision. But the truth is, I look at those as opportunities to overcome, adapt, grow. I remember that it takes heat and pressure to temper steel, and that the hardest times don't define us, it's what we do after. When you look at the geopolitics of the world around us, it is increasingly complex. Economically, we see where it's going, we see what's going on. Physically, and from a security standard, it's difficult. War is a reality. And unfortunately, the mechanisms of war, because of cyber, because of intelligence, because of development in industry, are very complex. They're very focused, very effective. And it's only a matter of time before we deal with them more here. So for what we have to be understood and provided now, but more importantly into the future, we have to protect it. And I'm so incredibly proud to have been a part of making sure USF is our cyber focus within the academic lane. I am blessed because we have CENTCOM and SOCOM right here at MacDill Air Force Base. We are becoming the epicenter for where things are going to go. in the military. And I'm betting on that because in the end, when I look at the risk factors around our world and I think about what could happen, what could come here, when you look at the phased approach of a cyber attack with a complex drone attack, with a physical attack tied in, it's only a matter of time before criminals, before people across the state start seeing that. And I wonder, and I've had conversations with law enforcement from across this state, how many of them have the opportunity to train and understand the reality of drone swarm technology and how to combat it, how to deal with an increasingly glaring cyber risk that also happens with that. And the answer is many of them don't have those opportunities right now. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're doing is on the cutting edge, the tip of the spear, and I can say this as a retired Green Beret, that is what we have to protect our people from. What you're doing is going to save lives right here today. And I am so proud to see leaders like Frank, like Mark, like our governor, who understand that and put the time, tools, training, and resources in to catapult our state forward. We have to lead on this. You know, Florida's ports, they're unique. There's so much that goes on. We look at the port of Tampa Bay, you see growth, you see opportunity, you see potential. They're gateways to global commerce, lifelines for our economy, but there's so much more. From Miami to Pensacola, our maritime infrastructure supports millions of people, over $117 billion in economic activity. But Florida's importance goes far beyond that trade. 1 in every 5 containers entering the U.S. moves through one of our ports. How do we keep that safe, secure, and growing moving forward? It's a complex environment. Let's look at this from a hurricane perspective. When is the optimal time to attack with cyber, with drones, to create problems? Is when something else beyond our control is already occurring. Those things keep me up at night, as they do many of you in this room. But I am so grateful to know that we have people, experts, warriors, fighting to protect our 6 and our port 6, to guard our economic facilitators like the ports from whatever is next. But guys, there is more to do. We're going to have to accelerate this. I can tell you right now that transportation in general is going to be the largest economic facilitator of growth for our state's future. Our ports are primary in that. There is so much more we can do, but the vulnerabilities of our ports are real. We have to get ahead of that. You have to help us get ahead of that. We have to work together. Now, how many of you have spent a lifetime working with the federal government or the state government? Show of hands. All right. How many of you have seen the government try to solve a problem on its own, never address the problem, and create 4 more beside it? You should all have your hand up right now. Guys, I can say this as a card-carrying member of I have some life experience here in the government. Let's not do that. The reason I bring this up is simple. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a purpose. I don't want to solve these by myself. I don't believe in government doing that in a vacuum. I do believe in wise counsel, in people in my ear, people in the governor's ear, experts like Frank, experts like Mark, showing us and telling us these are the vulnerabilities, this is what you have to solve for, and this is what we think the outcome is going to be. And then we make a decisive decision and move forward as a state. But y'all, I need your help to do that. Let's not be silent on the sideline anymore. Let's not trade good enough for great right now. We have to strive for excellence in what we do, because the future of our communities and the future of our security, especially in our ports, depends on that. If we lose our ability to stay safe and guard our people, we lose a lot. We lose everything. And truly, each of you are that line. You know, under Governor DeSantis, we have made strategic investments repeatedly in these areas. We're also exploring public-private solutions that fuse our state's unmatched logistics, AI, predictive analytics, and secure comms. We're committed to ensuring that every port in Florida, large or small, has resources, sharing, rapid response, to protect both the flow of commerce and the safety of our citizens. But it's because we understand the national and state security parameters of that, and that it all starts right here at home. And in many ways, I believe it begins in our ports. So let me finish with this. We are the very, very free state of Florida. We're the number 15 economy in our planet. We are on a glide path to become the number 10 right here in the free state of Florida. Our peers are our nation, a couple of states, and other nations. That's incredible. But when you look at the opportunities ahead of us, I don't think there's a limit. But we need to lock down and understand the security pieces. I need you in our ears. Together, we can chart a course that gets us on that path to long-term, even better economic growth and stability, because we understand the parameters of security right here at home. Thank you for what you've done so far to protect who we are and what we do, but there's more work to do. So I want to say thank you for what you're going to do. Thank you for your partnerships across this state. Together, we're going to make Florida better, and we're going to keep Florida strong. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the state of Florida, and God bless these United States.